All right, let's be honest. We've all been there, standing on the precipice of self-improvement, motivational YouTube video queued up, only to trip and fall face first into a pile of procrastination and pizza crusts. Don't look at me like that. You've been there. Once, I tried to become a morning person. You know, wake up with the sunrise, greet the day with a song, maybe even do some light yoga. Instead, I set my alarm for 5 a.m., hit snooze 7 times, and finally crawled out of bed at 9:45, smelling faintly of stale coffee and regret. The only yoga involved was me contorting to find my other sock. The point is, self-improvement is rarely a majestic swan dive into a pool of success. It's more like a drunken game of Twister with your own insecurities, and that's okay. We're not aiming for perfection here, people. We're aiming for slightly less disastrous. Maybe with a side of chuckle. Let's face it, sometimes the hardest part of self-improvement is admitting you need to improve in the first place. It's like looking in the mirror and realizing that you've become that guy who wears socks with sandals. Unironically. But here's a secret. We're all a bunch of awkward penguins waddling through life, trying not to faceplant on the ice. The sooner you embrace your inner klutz, the sooner you can start laughing about it. And trust me, laughter is a powerful tool. It can disarm your inner critic, make challenges less daunting, and even make those socks with sandals look almost intentional. Okay, maybe not. So, go ahead, trip over your own feet, tell a bad joke, mispronounce a word in public. The important thing is to own it, laugh it off, and keep waddling. Because life is too short to be anything but your gloriously awkward self. We've all been there, right? Deadlines looming, important tasks piling up, and what are we doing? Oh, just watching cat videos on YouTube and perfecting the art of the perfectly timed online grocery order to arrive just as dinner should be served. Because who needs productivity when you have next-day delivery and a feline overlord judging your every move? But here's a revolutionary idea. Instead of fighting procrastination, let's embrace it. Let's make it a sport. I'm talking about the Procrastination Olympics, where the goal is to achieve the absolute minimum while expending the least amount of effort possible. Think you can out-procrastinate the guy who's been meaning to start that project for the last 6 months? Challenge accepted. Just kidding, sort of. But seriously, sometimes acknowledging and even laughing at our procrastination tendencies can be the first step towards actually getting things done. So the next time you find yourself building a pillow fort instead of tackling that to-do list, remember, you're not lazy, you're just highly competitive in the fine art of doing absolutely nothing. Here's a revolutionary self-improvement tip they don't teach you in those fancy seminars. Learn to ignore things. Not just any things, mind you, but the things that drain your energy, steal your joy, and make you question your sanity. Things like unsolicited advice, negative Nancy's, and that one sock that always disappears in the dryer. Seriously, where does it go? Life is too short to be constantly bombarded by negativity and unnecessary noise. Think of it like curating your own personal mental museum. You wouldn't hang a portrait of your grumpy neighbor judging your choice of curtains in your living room, would you? No. You'd reserve that prime real estate for something inspiring, something beautiful, something that sparks joy. So, put on your metaphorical noise-canceling headphones and tune out the haters, the doubters, and the sock-stealing gremlins of the world. Focus on what truly matters, your well-being, your passions, and the fact that you still haven't figured out where those socks disappear to. Let's be honest, we all do stupid things. It's part of what makes us human. Like that time I tried to impress a date by pretending to be a wine connoisseur, only to discover I was swirling a glass of sparkling grape juice. Yeah, good times. The point is, we're all walking, talking highlight reels of awkward moments and questionable decisions. So why fight it? Instead of cringing at your past mishaps, embrace them. Laugh at your mistakes, share your embarrassing stories, and remember that even the most put-together people have their fair share of oops moments. Because here's the thing about laughing at yourself. It disarms your critics, makes you more relatable, and reminds you that it's okay to not take yourself too seriously. Plus, it's a lot more fun than cringing in the corner of shame. So go ahead, relive that awkward first date, that disastrous haircut, that time you accidentally called your boss mom. Embrace the cringe, own the awkward, and remember that life is too short to be anything but your authentic, hilariously flawed self. Besides, someone's got to provide the entertainment, right? So there you have it. The not-so-secret formula for self-improvement. Embrace your awkwardness, laugh at your failures, and master the art of skillful ignoring. It's not about achieving some unattainable level of perfection, but rather about learning to find the humor in the chaos and embracing the beautiful, messy, utterly ridiculous journey that is life. Remember, you're a walking, talking paradox, a masterpiece in progress, constantly evolving, learning, and occasionally tripping over your own 2 feet. And that's perfectly okay. In fact, it's what makes you, you. So, go forth, you glorious weirdo, and conquer the world with a laugh, a shrug, and maybe a pair of those socks with sandals. Just kidding. Or am I?